We're here at WPPI 2025 in Vegas, and I've got Jeff Capel with me. It's so good to meet you and see you here
Thank you.
at the PPI. And I've just learned about you and who you are, but can you tell people watching, like, what you do and how do you become an Olympic photographer? I mean, that's like epic.
Yeah, it is pretty epic. I've done 8 Olympics for Team USA.
8.
And when 8. And when I started, I was actually in Beijing in 2008, and I was shooting, and I was not fully credentialed. And I came home and I said, I've got to do the next Olympics. And I tried every avenue I could to get in and couldn't get in. They didn't even take my phone call.
Oh.
And then luckily, because I shoot for some of the major teams in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I'm good friends with some of the owners of the teams and the presidents of the teams and all the athletes, I knew people who knew people within the U.S. Olympic
Vitamin
team.
B.
It's all about who you know. And so I reached out to them. They then connected me up with Team USA. I ended up shooting for USA Hockey at the Winter Olympics in 2010 in Vancouver. And then worked my way into the Summer Games in London in 2012, and I've done every Olympics moving forward since then.
So it was really just realizing, wow, I love that. It's a passion. It's so alive. It's so much energy. And then really, I mean, finding a way to get your ways in. Vitamin B did it in the end.
Yeah, I mean, the excitement level is crazy, right? You're working 8 in the morning till 2 in the morning every day.
Yeah.
My deadlines are 14 minutes. So if I shoot an event and I have 5,000 images from that event, I've then got to go through those 5,000, find the best 10, retouch them, resize them, and get them back to the US. And so there's a pace that's just crazed. Like, there's no walking at the Olympics. It's just running from one event to the next. Yeah.
So it's really a passion and the drive, and then a little bit of vitamin D and a little bit of luck maybe, and now boom, you're right in the middle when the magic happens, because you never know what's going to happen.
It's about
exciting.
it's by being in the right place,
at the right time,
having the right access, having the right athletes, the best athletes in the world that are there, being in the right place. But it is a combination of the challenge of getting that key shot, telling the story of what's going on in that particular game. And then, but also for me, it's the passion of how do I create art?
Yeah.
How do I not just do the standard shot of a hockey game or a water polo game or whatever it might be? How do I take that to the next level and create truly something amazing?
And is there a shot that comes to mind in terms of hockey, like a favorite that you have that you took?
Oh, I've got numerous, but there's a couple. One I remember that was in Pyeongchang in Korea, and I have or it might have been actually in Sochi in Russia, and I have the whole group of all the hockey players. They're all collapsing on the net, and they're all looking at me, and the puck is in the frame, which is really important.
Wow.
So it's cool to have this huge grouping of everybody, probably 6 or 7 guys, with the goalie looking around all of them, and the puck right in front of me. It was really...
Wow, really?
But I mean, there's just, that, and then when the woman won gold in Pyeongchang, it went to shootout. Mm-hmm. And so there was a lot of pressure on me because I had to get that shot. That's the story. Yeah. And so they went into shootout, and luckily the woman who shot and scored in those turned my direction where I was shooting, not away from me, thank goodness. So I got this killer celebration. And when you're shooting sports, if you shoot sports, you want to focus on action, but you also want to remember to capture the reaction, which is just as important. So,
so you've got that. You've got maybe a blessing from above to be in the right position, the right timing, and then you have to. Creating magic isn't easy, but you have to you have to be in the flow and in the right time. So you've done you Team USA generally, but in Milano coming up. In Italy, maybe you get to shoot some of the German teams as well, because they might play USA.
I will.
Because Thomas Larkin is with the Wild Wings, right? Jan Wölfle, who says also
and he wears Hahnemühle on his uniform, does he not?
Because Hahnemühle sponsors them. So it'd be interesting for you to also catch some German guys.
So my challenge is, again, I want to create art. No, obviously I'm shooting for Team USA. I will focus on USA, but Milan is a very different story than any other Olympics in that everything is so far away. Yeah. Like when I want to go from the lower cluster in Milan, which is generally ice hockey, figure skating, speed skating, and I want to then go to skiing, it's a 10-hour drive in good weather. So we're not each way. There's no way to do it. I will stay and shoot mostly ice events. There.
So we'll be looking forward to see your ice pictures. It'll be awesome. Let's go back to Paris because we have this shot of you here, and that's a magic shot that you took in Paris. What a sky! Which arena is it? What do you?
That was beach volleyball, and I knew before I even went to Paris, I had already pre-envisioned this shot, and I knew that I wanted to get the beach volleyball in front of the Eiffel Tower, and I knew I wanted a night shot.
Yeah.
And so I went and made 2 visits. The second visit, I wanted to get exactly dead center. The first visit was toward the beginning of the games. There were so many photographers trying to get similar shots. I was slightly off center. I went back and had a much better sunset on that next night. This was about a week later. I shot this and had just this amazing sky. It was almost 10 o'clock at night.
Beautiful.
But the challenge with that was exposing correctly for the beach volleyball game at the bottom, but also exposing the sky correctly. A little bit of tweaking in Photoshop, but that's one of my favorite shots.
The contrast and the beautiful sky. And do you know what paper you printed that on?
That one I think was printed on luster. Actually, that was printed in the Hahnemühle office in Paris. So I didn't actually print that one. But I always print, well, I printed a lot of different Hahnemühle paper depending on what the image is. So if it's got that like high color look, then I'll go with something that, maybe metallic to bring it out. This shot, the other shot, that one there, I kind of like a little bit more on a matte finish. So it depends on the image and what I'm printing. So I'll use different papers.
And we've got you here with the crew in Paris.
Yep, that was a party they did. That was, I believe, on the second to last night or the last night of the Olympic Games. It was before closing ceremony, so it must have been the second to last night. And I was able to join you guys in the office in Paris.
Oh, cool.
And it was a beautiful evening, and we sat out on the deck, had some wine and cheese.
Magic moments.
It was
magic
nice.
Moments.
Yeah, it was one of the only times I keyed down at the Olympic Games at all. So
otherwise it's fast-paced
yeah.
always. So we'll just digitally put this picture, boom, nice for people to really see it. And also, like, you do swimming, you've done Phelps probably. Do you have some magic Phelps flying pictures?
I do. To be able to capture someone like Phelps or Simone Biles. I mean, these people who are epic, right? They're the greatest of all time in their sport. I remember the first time I photographed Michael Phelps back in 2008 in Beijing. And I remember coming back from the water cube and I had this smile on my face. It was like from here to here. I just couldn't stop smiling because it was just, I couldn't believe that I just captured that. I talked to someone the other day who just bought tickets to the gold medal hockey game that will be happening in Milan. And the 2 tickets were $3,000 face value. And I thought to myself, how lucky am I that I get to go to any sport I want to go to at the Olympics, and I can just walk in, have the best seat in the house, and really capture history unfolding, which is awesome.
Close. You get the emotion, you get
and I'm with the athletes, and I get to know the athletes because I'm working with them. So I'm in the locker room with them or at the team party.
Beautiful.
And stuff like that. It's really fun.
And if you could only choose one Hahnemühle paper, which one would you? I couldn't live without. Oh. God,
I can't choose one because it depends on what I'm printing.
Yeah.
Like, there's certain, I'm really excited to try the new metallic paper.
Yeah.
Because I just think that would be, I've got certain images from Costa Rica in the rainforest that I think would look really good on it.
Yeah.
The burritos.
The burrito,
I have so many different ones that I use. And
it depends on the shot.
It's hard to choose one. And I think that's what makes it so compelling to have the Hahnemühle paper is that depending on what I'm printing, I can go into my closet and go, what would it look like on this one?
Yeah.
And try it. But I don't really have it. It's like when people ask me, do I have a favorite image? I really don't.
Yeah.
Like, I have a favorite, or like people say, what's your favorite place in the world to go to? Because I've been around the world.
I can't really choose. I totally get what you.
If I'm doing animals, maybe Africa. If I'm doing other wildlife, maybe Costa Rica. Favorite city in the world, maybe Sydney, Australia. But
do you ever go William Turner? Do you ever like the really depths, the graininess, the structure, or is it too much?
It was a little too much grain, but again, for the right image, it might be perfect. And so I need to experiment more, honestly.
Yeah.
So I'll hit you up for more paper.
Yes, and metallic is coming your way, I hear,
I know,
right?
Good.
Okay.
And I really want those pens you guys make are beautiful.
You get in the pens, yes. So good to speak with you.
And the hat. I got to have the hat, too.
You take the hat right now.
Here, wait. There.
Let's go.
Perfect.
So good talking with you. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
And good
Appreciate
to see you in Italy, maybe. Thank you.